Hello, hello. I'm continuing on the topic of Candid, Bindu Reddy, and Google's perspective and the censorship and all of this. Well, this isn't so much about the skeptic community. This video is more about MyLikes, a little bit what it is, because I've heard a few times like harmful opinions mention that it's the previous company of Bindu Reddy, or I think she's still like the CEO of it, but now she's also the CEO of Candid. And anyway, so I sort of, because I had heard that she is the CEO of MyLikes, and I guess I can like go here, see that's her LinkedIn account, Bindu Reddy, CEO and co-founder of both Candid Labs Inc. and it's interesting, it's labs, like it's a experiment, whatever, and then MyLikes. So I wanted to take a look at sort of what MyLikes actually is, because it's like democratizing social publishing. Like, what the fuck is it? And okay, here is this. This is sort of interesting. Our deep learning-based AI system will analyze your audience and recommend personalized branded content offers that improve over time. So it seems like this bit, like this isn't the like only function of MyLikes, but it's also used for analyzing people's behavior, sort of like Candid probably is. So anyway, okay, at least there was like this. I found this one, this article by Bindu Reddy from 2011, when MyLikes was, I guess, only 1 year old or something, since it was founded in 2010. Anyway, she wrote that she doesn't want to be the diversity candidate, quote unquote, because she was a female entrepreneur and she doesn't want to be like benefit from for being the oppressed class. And I guess like, because I've heard somewhere like Sargon of Akkad said that like, yeah, she seems like she's a shitlord, and she could be good for the skeptic community. And although I'm not entirely certain what a shitlord is, because I'm not one of the cool kids, and I don't know, like, why would you want to be a, I don't know, lord made of shit, but whatever. So I guess this is like an anti-feminist comment, but of course it was back in 2011, and that was before like the social justice warriors were like, completely overboard with their insanity, and you could sort of say anti-feminist comments in public and not get, attacked by half of the mainstream media. But whatever, like, yeah, so I guess I have to admit she at least did have some redeeming qualities to her. But anyway, let's move on to MyLikes. So here's some interview in All Things D. I don't know what this website is. With their interviewing Bindu Reddy. I'll play you like the first minute and a half maybe of the interview.
My name is Bindu Reddy. I used to be a product manager at Google, where I worked on several different products, including AdWords, Search, and Google Apps. Now I'm the co-founder and CEO of a company called MyLikes, and MyLikes is a social media advertising platform.
And we're here on the first nice day in San Francisco.
So it's a social media advertising platform.
Long time talking about MyLikes and your funding round and your upcoming products and things like that. But for today, I wanted to get a sense of how MyLikes is doing and where you see it fitting into the future of advertising.
So we're very excited about where we're going with MyLikes. So for those of you who don't know, MyLikes is a social media advertising platform. And what we do is we allow social publishers to monetize their streams either on Twitter or any other social platform. And the way we do this is we allow them to pick out sponsored likes from a set of likes that they can choose from and post it on to Twitter or to Tumblr or to Blogger and get people to engage with these sponsored links.
And who are your participants?
But typically anybody who's on Twitter or Facebook or any social media platform can use MyLikes. And the idea is, as long as you have an audience anywhere in any social media platform, you can come out, check out MyLikes, pick out things that you like, and send that out to your friends or your followers and engage them in interesting brands or interesting products that we have on our website.
So today your business is primarily on Twitter and especially effective, you were saying, among mid-range users who have somewhat of an audience, not necessarily a huge audience, not Ashton Kutcher sized.
Well, we do.
Okay, so yeah, it was interesting. Like, yeah, here too it says MyLikes operates primarily on Twitter. So I'm wondering if Candid is like the, I don't know, offspring of Twitter and MyLikes. Like it combines the, I wanna say worst qualities, but I don't know. Does Twitter have good qualities? But whatever, like maybe it combines the qualities of both into Candid or whatever. And yeah, here it says it's similar to Adly and Cloak. I'm not even like completely sure what they are. But anyway, my understanding, like from this video and what I found out, like online, MyLikes is sort of like, yeah, they advertise. Like I guess if you're like you have any social media platform like Facebook or Twitter, and then you sign a contract with MyLikes, so I assume like they advertise on your website or your profile or something, and like the more clicks you get, the more money you get, both for MyLikes and for yourself. Like I think that's probably how it works. Like if I'm wrong, I hope somebody corrects me. But I don't know, so to me it just sounds complete like modern middleman parasitic crap. Like they don't do anything, they don't produce anything, like nothing practical or nothing entertaining even, or so. I don't get the point, but whatever. And yeah, like she was like later in the video, I don't want to play it, but she was saying something like, there's even some guy who pretends to be a character from Family Guy, is it Peter Griffin or something, and just tweets comments like pretending to be that guy, and they have a deal with him and people enjoy following him on Twitter, and I guess they somehow make money out of it. I don't get the point. Like just because somebody is popular you make money. It's like, I don't know, getting money out of nothing, like your energy, something. I don't know, but it's another topic. I don't want to go there now. But yeah, that's MyLikes apparently. And yeah, here this is from 2010, so that's when MyLikes was pretty new. It says something like Bindu Reddy is advocating or like suggesting some page rank for social web. So is Bindu Reddy put it, tied to a web identity across many platforms. This score would be a measure of how quote-unquote useful the person's stream is to other people. Whether it's curating good content, creating interesting social content, or just being important enough to make news, a person's engagement score is a measure of how much they contribute to the quality of the social web. So once again, it seems like, the better attention whore you are, the more useful you are to other people. Like, it's about quantity, not quality. It's just, Kim Kardashian's ass is is more useful than, I don't know, like researching pedophile networks or I don't know, doing something I don't know, engineer devices, a new method of building buildings easier, but it's not interesting, so it's not useful, or I don't know, but it's sounds fucking dumb to me. But yeah, because everybody's seen Kim Kardashian's ass, so it's very useful to everybody. That's fucking logic in like the 2000s. It just reminds me of what Nietzsche said, something about like feminization of society. Like all you care about being is popular, but let's move on. This is just her LinkedIn profile, so yeah, there's some other company. So Google, Candid, MyLikes. There's some Elance, I don't know, it sounds, and computational biologist, Exelixis. I don't know. They sound ominous to me, but I haven't looked into it. So okay, let's move on to see. Okay, this is now we're moving on to Candid. So that was all I had to say about MyLikes, or all the relevant stuff I found conveniently for your pleasure. For your, I'm trying to be useful. Maybe I should like sign with MyLikes also. So anyway, this is an article on Engadget, whatever it is, and it's about Candid, this article. And here it says that if you can, when you sign up to Candid, you have to either use your Facebook account or your phone number. And like here is Candid, the website, Be Candid. So yeah, you have to sign up with your Facebook or your phone number, and there's like all different countries of the universe and whatever. So, and here this article comments that it's like odd. Oh, here it says it also requires users to provide their phone number when you set up your account, but here it seems like you need only one, so I don't know, maybe this is wrong, or maybe they changed their practices later, but whatever. It's like, anyway, it's sort of like it's sort of weird that if it's about privacy and anonymity, why do they need your personal information, like your Facebook account or phone number? Like I guess like it's to prevent people from creating loads of sock puppet accounts. But I don't think that's the only reason. But anyway, yes, it says that, you know, all personally identifiable data, including IP address, precise location data, and Facebook contacts, are encrypted with a one-way hash before they reach the company's servers. That hash cannot be decrypted by Candid or anyone else for that matter. What's more, closing or abandoning an account permanently deletes all that encrypted data from Candid servers. Like, I don't buy it. I do think that they are collecting this information for whatever purpose. For, you know, whether they actually use it, they send it to Google or CIA or NSA or something like that. But I'm not buying it. Like, you know, maybe technically this is true, but, you know, there must be some legal and technical loophole that, you know, some agency that wants this information for whatever reason, they can do it, because I don't fucking trust any of this fucking military industrial complex corporate commie fascist bitches. So, and yeah, it's just like fucking Twitter that you have to sign your phone number, or like give them your phone number. And at least, well, I created a Twitter account once, and then it asked for my phone number like 5 minutes later, and I don't want to give them my phone number, so I cannot use Twitter, which is probably good, but whatever. So yeah, I'm still like, you know, there their promises mean very little to me. Like they say, oh, we encrypt this information and we won't look through it, and nobody can. Like, then why do you ask for that fucking information? Like, yeah. And yeah, here is also another interesting thing about Candid. Like, so there's the AI that moderates thousands of message boards and communities. And it uses natural language processing to analyze every post so it can remove objectionable content, flag negative posts. Like, okay, I don't fucking believe it. Like, I don't think it understands language so well that it can actually know what is objectionable content, unless it's like few phrases, like, you know, gas the kikes. Like, okay, yeah, I guess I can understand if you censor gas the kikes. Like, I'm for free speech and stuff, so I don't want it censored, but yeah, I can understand, like, you know, if you write kill all niggers, but apparently, or kill all black people is not allowed, but kill all white people was allowed on Candid, if I recall correctly from some video by Harmful Opinions. So that is quite selective, and I don't know, proves the point that this doesn't, like, if you want to, like, I'm not against, like, people saying, like, kill all black people or kill all white people, you know, if they do it with a, you know, with some sense of humor. And well, if they, like, mean it seriously, I think it's good that they, like, reveal their intentions so people can, you know, see what's coming. Anyways. And yeah, it can even track down hate speech, threats and slander for quick deletion. So I don't know, like, if you write "Make America Great Again," it's hate speech or something. But if you write, like, yeah, "Kill all white men" or something, it's not hate speech. That's how it works. So yeah, I just think it's like certain key sentences as phrases that they flag as hate speech, but if you, you know, use some imagination and don't say it quite, use like euphemisms and stuff, so, you know, kill all jungle bunnies. I wonder if they censor that, or like exterminate the jungle bunnies. Or exterminate those people who came from Africa, or, you know, something like that. And I am not promoting killing. I'm not for any kind of genocide, so I'm just using it as an example. And if you get fucking triggered by me saying a few sentences, then maybe you should just go use Candid. By the way, I haven't been. This video isn't sponsored by Candid, even though you might think it is based on my previous comment, but whatever. Okay, I rambled on long enough, so let's go to the meat of the matter. Like this, the same software can even identify rumors and verify them by checking on Twitter and searching the web. Based on the results, those posts will get marked true or rumor. Yeah, that's like the fake news engine or something. Like, whatever the mainstream media and, you know, the globalist establishment agrees with, that is true, and what they don't agree with is rumor. And, you know, this is so fucking, I don't know, like, if people really buy this crap, like, I don't know, I just hope God destroys all of Earth. Like, what the fuck? How can people be so fucking gullible? And yeah, here's the same stuff. Your data gets encrypted each time you post a new forum. You get a randomized username. I don't know. Well, the randomized username sounds like a fun thing, you know, like a novelty. Like, which sort of makes me want to try it, but I don't want to try it. Like, I don't want to give them my data or anything. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I'm like a kid, so it sounds fun to me, like have a randomized username. If it's a fun name, but okay, let's move on. So this article is about perspective. It's the AI from Google that seems very similar to Candid's AI, and Harmful Opinions has suggested they might be actually the same AI. I'm not sure if anybody has been able to confirm this, but they seem similar, and well, Bindu Reddy and many other Candid employees, they worked for Google, and well, it seems very incestuous, this relationship, because like Bindu Reddy also worked for MyLikes, and she said that MyLikes has mostly been working with Twitter, and then there is Candid, which is sort of like Twitter, and then it's like, and she's from Google. So all of these, software giants or whatever multimedia companies, they are, in cahoots, I would say, in whatever it is they are trying to accomplish, like, I don't know, transhumanist cyborg trapper keeper overlords, like Ray Kurzweil wishes to happen. Now I want to play the clip from South Park, if you don't know what I'm talking about, but then you're just ignorant. And yeah, ignorant! That was my Michael Jackson interpretation, imitation, whatever. Okay, so here is like a Google offshoot called Jigsaw declared war on trolls, project defeat online harassment. So there's this, and yeah, so you should like go try it out, because it rates like sentences based on the toxicity level, and it's like, really, like, are you fucking 13-year-old girl? Like, and I don't know, like, because I'm an adult man, so I don't understand how this works. How can words be toxic? Like, how can you measure the toxicity of a word? Like, because I thought, like, industrial waste is toxic. It's toxic waste, or like, some poisonous substances, they're toxic. Like, I don't think words like toxic is something that causes you to be sick if you get in contact with it. Like your body gets sick, and like, okay, I guess if somebody says something really harmful to you, you might get sick. Like, somebody says like, oh, by the way, your daughter died yesterday and she was raped by a gang of sand niggers or something, and then she's like, yeah, I guess that's a toxic sentence, like whether it's true or not, but if the person hearing it believes it, then I can imagine them getting physically sick. But like, I don't know, like just people saying crap on the internet is not toxic. Like, you can say it's abusive or offensive or vulgar or something, but like, these fucking newspeak people, they have no fucking understanding of language. And I'm not a fucking native speaker of English, but I just fucking despise it how these people despise their own language and like have no fucking clue how to like use it, and they just are making it this Orwellian newspeak shit. I don't know, it really like makes my blood boil. So, okay. So yeah, my argument is that a sentence cannot be toxic. Not really. Like, it's not like you should choose another word, like offensive. Like, if they were, found they had this AI that checks sentences and says, okay, this sentence is offensive, then I go like, okay, I don't necessarily think it's offensive, but I guess I can, understand the basic logic around like some sentences are offensive and some sentences are not offensive, but they're not fucking toxic. Okay, moving on. Okay, and here is how it's of course used for censorship. The AI critics of conversation AI have argued that it could itself represent a form of censorship, enabling an automatic system to delete comments that are either false positives or in a gray area between freewheeling conversation and abuse. So yeah, and I think that's the point, and I'm not sure if it said it in this article or somewhere, but like I remember reading somewhere that people think it's like, yeah, it's probably not gonna be very accurate, so it won't actually like measure when the sentences, like the words, are being abusive or not. It's just more random, and like I don't know. Because I can imagine, like, if you write a sentence, I was raped, or I was not raped, like, I can imagine it's like, oh, it's a toxic sentence, but, like, why? Like, because, well, in the end, I think, like, the point is with this censorship software is not just that you can say stuff that, the social justice warrior, leftist, globalist establishment likes. Like, that's not the ultimate goal. It is like really this Orwellian newspeak where you cannot say anything that has actual substance. But it's more like that you cannot say anything that is relevant. Like, you can only say, like, this music was super plus good or whatever. Like, you cannot say, like, okay, let's take an example, like some rape case. There is a rape, like the Rolling Stone alleged rape case from the one from some university or college in America, and Rolling Stone wrote about it. And then there was the mattress girl and whatever, like, and well, the left-wing social justice warriors were of course saying like, oh, so horrible, this woman was raped by these frat boys, and then there were like the anti-SJW saying like, no, this was all bullshit and nothing happened. I don't think the people behind this software want you to be able to say that, no, of course, she was raped, women wouldn't lie about it. It's that you cannot discuss any controversial issues at all. Like, you cannot discuss rape, you cannot discuss political scandals, you cannot discuss terrorism, because those are toxic. Like, whether you say that or Muslims are terrorists, or like you say not all Muslims are terrorists or something, but you cannot, talk about Muslims and terrorists in the same sentence, like, because, well, I think that's basically already how some lefty social justice warriors think, that they don't really understand like the details of a sentence, like the meaning. They're like robots that their minds scan for certain words that either trigger them or don't trigger them. Like, let's use the example. Actually, I talked about this with my wife the other day. Like, I was saying, like, I don't think some people understand the difference between sentence I was raped and I was not raped. Because, like, they just like, oh, rape, and then they're triggered, and it doesn't like register to them that, there are, let's say, nuance, Sargon of Akkad's favorite word, like, and there are like distinctions, there's details, and some things may seem similar, but they are different. And I think this is like this is like the ultimate, like the, the mind fuck of all of this, like all of this fucking social justice warriors and like censorship and stuff, because it's not just about it's like about censoring your mind, like mind control lobotomy. Like they don't have to literally like crack open your skull and remove parts of your brains or however lobotomy works, but it's like they program you so that you don't think like a human being, and you just repeat certain, whatever the media tells you to repeat, and that's what they want, both for the left and right and whoever. I'm not really left or right, but certainly I despise the left more, because I used to consider myself a leftist long time ago, and seeing what they become, I cannot hate the right wing as much as the left wing, and especially nowadays when it doesn't fucking matter. But yeah, this what I think is part of, like, I don't know if the same people are working behind Perspective and Candid and MyLikes and all of this, but like, is the people with the same ideology? Like, it's like if you go to like France and Spain or something, and you see like, oh, there are Christian Catholic cathedrals here, it doesn't mean that the same people actually built all of these cathedrals, but they have the same ideology, and therefore they share certain qualities like together. So this is how I think. So I'm not saying this is necessarily some great conspiracy, but it of course might be. But like, yeah, these are, well, just look into Ray Kurzweil, who is, I'm not sure what his actual role is with Google, but he's an open transhumanist, and basically like, well, turning people into the Borg from Star Trek. And well, I think the Borg are cool, like in an aesthetic sense and stuff, and as bad guys, but I wouldn't want to become one. And well, that's sort of what the social justice warriors are, but except that the Borg are like very controlled, like they don't spurg out and go crazy like social justice warriors, but yeah, that's besides the point. Okay, I think I've said enough about MyLikes, Candid, Perspective, and yeah, just be aware of it, and I don't know, try to like retain your humanity in this crazy world.